Well, I think we're going to be changing up some things for the smokehouse. Let's talk about that right now. Well, it is another cold morning. You see, I got this big, thick insulated jacket on. In the winter, it's about all I wear because it's so warm. Because it's insulated really good. So, one good thing is that we have sun today. Well, yesterday it was cloudy and overcast and cold, and at least today we have a little sun. So, as you see, I'm carrying this big old package. All right, so let me kind of tell you where we're at on the smoker. You know, we've been curing it out. Our pigs are almost to a point where they're ready to go be broken down, and we're going to have some videos on that too. But we've kind of changed some things up, and we're going to explain. So you see Aiden is working on building a little fire pit. What we've decided, we're going to still use this like we got right here. This is the indirect smoke like we're doing right now with pumping it into it. So that gives us our smoke. We have no issue with smoke. Our problem is this fatso is pumping in tons of smoke but not enough heat. So now what most people do, this is what most people do. And this is what I don't want. No offense to if you're doing this. They'll use the smoke from something like we've got, some kind of outbox or some kind of hot box, but then they'll put a butane burner in here to make their sausage and all their meat get the temperature to start letting render some of that fat, cure it out. Well, we're trying to stay away from butane. We don't want to put butane pumping in this thing and letting our food just cook over butane. That's not really what we want, or propane or anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn around and use this fire pit that Aiden's making, this little cheap fire pit that we bought offline, and literally light another fire in here so we get the heat from it, the smoke from the pipe, and ultimately is all natural cooking. Okay, so we've got the fatso going. It is ginning, looking good, hot, and pushing some smoke. Now let's look and see what we got going on in here. So you got smoke coming out all up there. Look at that. Now look, tons of smoke. Now we got a little fire going down in here. So we got tons and tons and tons of smoke in there. Whew, smells good too. So now it's gonna be able to do both. And so that is gonna get the heat in there with the fire, but then it's also gonna have the smoke from that and some smoke from that other. But look at this, see if y'all can see that. Look at the smoke rolling out of that. That's what we want to see. Now, we do have a cover, and this is a cheap, I'm talking cheap. Aiden was like, man, if we screw this too tight, it's gonna like break the little metal. So we would invest in a whole lot nicer one, because this is like a little $40 and $50 cheap little fire pit that you'd put on a back patio that's, I'm talking about, so cheap. But what it would do is gonna allow us to try this out before investing in a nicer one of these, to where we know that it's not going to burn the smokehouse down, but also put enough heat that matters. Look at this. Look at the smoke rising out of this. So now we're going to go get our thermometers. We also got our racks. We're going to try to get our racks in today. Our hanging rods, not our racks, but and we're also going to try to get our thermometers in there to kind of see where the hotness, the heat is, make sure we're getting enough heat to make sure we can cure meat, but also cook meat. You know, when you think about curing, I would think you'd want to be around that 120 to 130, 140 range. When you're talking about cooking, you want to be around that 160 to 180 range. That way you're getting your internal temperatures to match what is safe and good to eat. So I think we finally got the smokehouse like we wanted. The direct heat inside with the fire pit is going to be awesome. Now, just because, again, we're pretty economic and cheap. This little bowl that we built, I don't think it's going to last forever. But we did see that this is going to work better than anything we've done. So now we're going to try to invest in a very nice pot for the bottom, and I think we'll be really good there. So the next video you see of the smokehouse will be literally us putting the inside rails, the inside rods, and then smoking some pork.
That'll be very exciting.
Very. So this is working a whole lot better. We got this still pushing the heavy smoke. We've got wood cut up, big chunks at the bottom to easily put the fatso. A little bit shorter ones to put in here. Okay, I'll get it for you. See that fire's going, and that's putting smoke, but it's also putting heavy heat in here. I mean, you can really feel the difference in here. I made the smokestack go a little bit higher, so there's a way to cure out a little bit better up top. So I'm very pleased with that. I'm sorry, buddy, I was gonna get it. We brought the chainsaw out. If you're talking about a good chainsaw, that Husqvarna Farm Tough, phenomenal chainsaw. It can cut through just about anything. Aiden's ginning the smoke a little bit more. And we'll show you the vehicle we decided to purchase in just a second.
And we did not end up getting what I call the box car. You heard me talk about that. It's actually called an MV.
Yeah, the MV.
So we really like those, and we really like the idea of it, but we are not willing to put ourselves in debt for the ones that are in our area. And so we found some that we were hoping was gonna kind of work out for us. We were gonna kind of be able to negotiate some. Well, when that did not happen, yeah, we said, well, it's just not gonna work because we're willing to pay a certain amount, and that way we're not putting ourselves in debt. So when we kind of realized that wasn't gonna work, we were a little bummed out. Yep. But this is the way God works. First thing the next morning, Colby says, look what I found. And it is another SUV, but we're very excited about it. It's something that we bought straight out. It's ours, and it's not going to be one of those things where we can pile our kids and a whole bunch of other kids in there, because it just fits our family. But the upside to it is we were able to
replace the Navigator,
which was literally only on its last limb, but also we're not in debt in a car, and that makes that was a huge thing for us, to be able to pay for something and not go into debt over something that's going to depreciate over time, because we've told y'all before that we try to live very frugally. And, you know, we just felt like that was the best move for our family right now. So we're excited about it.
Yeah.
It'll be my car. And we're excited about it.
Yeah, I think we're more excited the fact that the last 3 cars we've not had to take on debt. We've paid for them. And the Navigator was the 4th last car, basically. So that one we had to borrow money, and we paid it off in a year, but it was just like, we really had set kind of our expectations that if we go look at this Nissan, we're going to have to buy it, and we're not going to be able to pay it all in full. And if we do, it would
Which we knew
us,
that there were pros to that, of being able to have more people in the car, and it was lower mileage, so it would have lasted us longer. So there were some pros to that, but the con to it was we really didn't want to put ourselves in a situation where we knew we were going to be paying for something for a long time, and when we got there and just kind of realized that this is not really negotiable, we knew that was kind of like our sign to say we just need to keep looking. So we come across this SUV, and it really is just perfect for our family.
Yeah.
I mean, like we said, it just fits our family, but we were able to pay for it, and that was a big deal to us. So
definitely. So it's a good addition to have. It gives us that security, because the Navigator was up to 200,000 miles, and the three of the 4 brake lights didn't work. So we were really riding
it till the wheels just about come off, because we actually had to stop the other day
and fill up the wheels.
Yeah. I I had to interrupt you to tell y'all that.
Like literally, the wheels do come off. What's so funny is the rim now is worn so much that the tires won't stay full of air.
Yeah, and that was a defect.
Yeah.
Apparently, not just with ours, but the rim of that model. So we literally did.
Right into the wheels.
We really got our wear and tear out of it. So we're thankful for that. But we felt like we needed something that was going to be more safe for us as we travel and we go places that we didn't want to find ourselves on the side of the road. So we were able to do that and not put ourselves in a situation where we're gonna have to be paying for it forever and ever and ever and ever. So we're very thankful for that.